Three giant storms about to hit the US, the clash of nature. Hello, everyone. To all who love exploring the wonders of nature, watching the strange movements of the sky, and staying curious about the weather each day. Today, we're stepping into one of the most chaotic, unpredictable, and dramatic weeks of this hurricane season. Why, you ask? Because three massive storms, three giants of the atmosphere, are simultaneously moving toward the United States, threatening to unleash torrential rains, powerful winds, and even early season snow in the north. A weather pattern like nothing we've seen before is forming before our eyes. On one side, a storm is brewing in the southeast, ready to make landfall. On another, thick Pacific moisture is streaming in from the southwest. And far out in the northwest, a massive low-pressure system is swirling, preparing to crash across the Rocky Mountains. Three directions, three assaults from Mother Nature, and all of them will converge within the next 7 days. The calm before the fury, an eerily peaceful sky. If you step outside today, you might think everything's fine. It's like blue skies, gentle sunshine, a light breeze, a classic early autumn day across America. But meteorologists are seeing something completely different. A crack is forming in the atmosphere over the southeast. This region, especially from Florida all the way up to New England, is beginning to experience an unusual moisture surge. Warm, humid air from the Gulf of Mexico is colliding with a cold front dipping down from the north, creating instability in the troposphere. At first, it's just a patch of rain. But in the coming days, experts believe it could intensify into a Category 1-like storm, bringing torrential downpours, damaging winds, and severe flooding across the East Coast. From now until next Tuesday, residents along the coast, from Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas up to Massachusetts, could face flash floods, falling trees, and strong gusts. In other words, it might not be a named hurricane, but its power will rival one. Storm Priscilla, the moist breath of the Pacific. Meanwhile, in the southwest, another player enters the stage, Tropical Storm Priscilla. It's spinning over the Pacific, heading toward Baja California, Mexico, carrying an immense plume of moisture. As Priscilla moves over warm waters, it absorbs enormous amounts of vapor, which winds will then push straight into the arid deserts of the American Southwest. The result? A wild paradox. Deserts, normally bone dry, may soon drown in historic rainfall. If you live in Arizona, New Mexico, or southern Nevada, brace yourselves. The heaviest rain of the entire year is on its way. Seasonal washes and dry creeks could turn into raging rivers in just hours. The beast in the northwest, a powerful low-pressure system. And that's not all. Off the coast of Oregon and Washington, a massive low-pressure system is spinning up strength. It's expected to move inland soon, sweeping across Montana and Wyoming, bringing not only rain, but also the first heavy snow of the season. Yes, you heard that right. Snow in mid-October. And it could lead to localized blizzards in Canada, especially in Saskatchewan and Alberta. From coast to mountains, the United States is about to become a battlefield of weather, where three natural forces rise and clash together. Chash the merging of two storms when energy collides. Now imagine this. In the southeast, a developing storm. Over the Great Lakes, another strengthening low. And by Sunday, these two systems will merge, creating a colossal coastal storm. According to meteorological models, when two low-pressure systems merge, their combined energy doubles, and wind speeds rise dramatically. We're not talking about a tropical cyclone anymore, but rather an extratropical superstorm with the strength of a Category 1 or even Category 2 hurricane. The zone from South Carolina to southern New England will be the epicenter. Wind gusts could reach 80 to 90 miles per hour, 130 to 145 kilometers per hour. Trees may topple, homes could lose power, and coastal flooding will be severe. Snow and floods. Two worlds collide. While the east faces rain and fierce winds, the northern and Rocky Mountain regions are entering a completely different story. A story of white snow. From Idaho and Montana up into Canada, snow could pile up 8 to 16 inches, 20 to 40 centimeters, whipped by strong winds. For snow lovers, it's an early gift, but for long-haul drivers, it's a nightmare arriving too soon. Meanwhile, the southwest deserts will be drenched by Priscilla's downpour for 3 to 4 straight days. Some areas could see 5 to 7 inches of rain, about a month's worth in just a few days. Dry dirt roads will turn into mud, and flooded desert images will dominate the morning news. When the winds rise, the East Coast under siege. By Saturday evening, the southeastern storm begins to strengthen rapidly. Coastal winds from the Carolinas to Delaware will intensify. Offshore gusts may reach 60 to 70 miles per hour. And by nightfall, the New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and D.C. regions will be drenched in heavy rain and strong winds. Homes near the coast will hear the howling of the wind, windows rattling. Lights will flicker and flood sirens will echo through the night. If you've decorated your yard for Halloween, you might want to bring everything inside before it all blows away. By Sunday morning, the storm will move into Maryland and Virginia, reaching New England by early Monday. Even though it's not tropical, winds between 45 to 55 miles per hour, 70 to 90 kilometers per hour, will still cause significant damage. Downed trees, torn roofs, and widespread power outages are likely. The temperature crash, when the cold air arrives. Once the storm passes, a blast of Arctic air will surge southward from Canada. Temperatures across the Great Plains could drop 20 to 30 degrees within 24 hours. The good news? The cold won't last long, about a day and a half, before conditions return to normal. But the peace that follows will only be temporary. By next weekend, another storm system is already forming over the southwestern deserts, ready to continue the stormy saga. Out at sea, tropical storms Jerry and Karen farther out in the Atlantic, 2 tropical systems are also stirring. Jerry and Karen. Jerry is currently spinning near the Lesser Antilles and may briefly strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane. However, strong wind shear may weaken it as it moves north toward Bermuda. Karen, a smaller subtropical storm, is drifting northeastward. It's expected to weaken quickly over the weekend, posing no threat to the U.S. mainland, though it may generate large waves and abnormal tides along the coast. Both of these systems are like extra sparks, reminders that the Atlantic hurricane season is far from over. A small shift in ocean temperature or wind could reignite them at any time. A turbulent week and nature's message. In summary, the next 7 days will be a dramatic symphony of weather. In the east, heavy rain, powerful winds, and potential flooding. In the west, flash floods and the first snow of the season. Out in the Atlantic, tropical storms still lurking in the distance. Every region of the U.S. will have its own episode, but all directed by one force, Mother Nature. And her message to us is crystal clear. Open quote, "Wherever you are, be prepared." Close quote. Not just to face the storms, but to respect the raw power of this planet, where even a small shift in wind can shake an entire continent. If you're watching this update, remember, always check your local weather forecast daily and prepare flashlights, batteries, water, and essentials if you live in a potential impact zone. And if you love stories like this, the wild, mysterious, breathtaking moments of nature, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Because together we'll keep chasing the storms, the snowfalls, and the miracles of the sky. Because sometimes it's in the heart of the storm that we truly see the beauty of Earth.